They're frozen. Okay, we're gonna start out with this. The most impaired talk show of all time is here. We're live right now. I am Will. They're frozen. Jake's wearing the cowboy hat. He still thinks it's Halloween. He just wants to be a little cowboy. Dom is pixelated among belief. He's wearing his Christmas suit because he believes in 11:59:59. Boom! It's Christmas time. Don't need to hear it anymore. It goes. They're frozen again. This is going to be one hell of a show. I can already tell from this very moment. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but can you hear me? Good answer. Good answer. Good answer. But as always, we are for the fan episode number 108. Mid-seat. We're already on we're past week 8. I don't even know when the half point in the season is anymore. We'll be hitting it around, at the end of the Jets and Chargers game Monday night. That will be the official midpoint of the season for this 2023 season. I could tell they're excited from how frozen they are. They are just oozing with excitement over there. I can't hold my, temper anymore. They just deleted themselves off the charts. This is going to be one heck of a show. Maybe they'll be returning, maybe not. But without further ado, let's get into it. Follow us on the things down below. For the Fan Network on YouTube, For the Fan Network on TikTok, For the Fan _ on X or Twitter, and Instagram, For the Fan Football. You can also find us on your local podcasting platforms like Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you want to listen to. Amazon, Breezer. I don't even know what half of these places are that we are even on. While they're getting situated, thank you all for tuning in, and you are listening to For the Fan.
You are listening to For the Fan.
Thank you for tuning in to episode number 108 of For the Fan. The NFL midseason is right around the corner. We're actually slowly approaching it right now. We'll be there Monday Night Football once the Jets and the Chargers conclude their game. The official midpoint of the 2023 season will be here. This week, we're going to be talking about everything midseason related, whether it's picks that we had in the early season, what's been surprises for us this season so far. There's a lot to go down on this show. And, since I'm the only one here, because Dom and Jake I don't know, they went AFK. They went off the radar. I don't know what's happening with them. We are fully going to be diving into the story of the Las Vegas Raiders. 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Raiders just all of a sudden blew it all up. It went pow, it's gone. They fired Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, and offensive coordinator Mick Lombardi, among other things that have gone down with there. Let me get a nice little graphic up here really quick. And here we go. Let's break into this right now. Yeah, it is not good for the Raiders as yet again they've gone through another coach. And here we go right here. 9-16 overall record for Josh McDaniels after his just very bad coaching tenure over with the Las Vegas Raiders. Goes in, takes in, Devontae Adams, trades a first and a second early in his tenure. Derek Carr and his Fresno State buddy, Devontae Adams, they team up. It's going to be, hey, them against the world. They wanted to prove that to him. They came off of a very, weird 2021 season, which saw Henry Ruggs get arrested for a very bad driving accident. John Gruden with the email leak. They decide, hey, we're going to go in. They hire Josh McDaniels as the head coach. They bring in Dave Ziegler, both from New England. They are going to be running the Patriots of the West over in Las Vegas. Barely even made it 700 days as head coach and GM. And that's how the tenure ends for the Raiders. Disgruntled Devontae Adams, who wants out. The Raiders did not want to give him out. Josh Jacobs did not get the big money extension he wanted. They are joining back in, which is very surprising. They'll figure this out once they get in. They get rid of Derek Carr before the right after the Super Bowl last year. He got his nice free agent visit. He went to all these places that he wanted to go to. Dom is here. He's looking very patiently at me. I'm not sure if I should bring him in, but I'm going to bring him in. Dom, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So the Raiders. Yes,
You said the Raiders and I played at the moment.
I've been talking the Raiders for the last 5 minutes here. Okay, what are your thoughts and reactions to former Patriots offensive coordinator and higher up Dave Ziegler and Josh McDaniels being canned?
Well, honestly, I mean, it was about time, right? Because everyone wanted it to happen. It seems like half the team wanted it to happen. It was just, I think, pretty bad all the way around. We're gonna get Jake in here too.
Ah, yes, we need everyone in here
if we can. There we go.
Hey, the Cowboys here.
No idea if we're good. Zero idea. I just reset the router. Comcast is not really tolerating.
It's funny when the house I'm dog sitting at Xfinity's router just went plop at 2:30 in the morning. So that was fun.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, no, this has been toxic all season, has it not? From literally the start of preseason with
I say it even goes to the Super Bowl where they just got rid of Derek Carr.
Facts.
That's
yep.
Really where it started.
Goes back that far. You're right.
Well, a couple weeks left in the season when they just said, just don't come back in the building.
Literally. And then Josh Jacobs and then Chandler Jones has not been, the Raiders have been a focus of just bad news bears for this whole season.
Gruden's emails.
Yeah.
Henry Ruggs.
Yeah, Henry Ruggs. Then they got Rich Bisaccia that brings them to the postseason. I mean, why not bring him in as the full-time head coach? I mean, look at what he did for you in a big time of crisis where everyone's, you're under the microscope for, the rest of the season.
Well, did you play that full video or no?
I've been a one-man show, so I've been trying to focus on getting everything done here. I was holding down the fort while you guys were AFK.
Sure. Yeah, I got you. But no, it's been not good for the Raiders. I mean, that's a fact. So yeah, I don't,
But yes, Dom made a very, very passionate video that he wants to share for the entire world to see.
Oh no, I've already played a second of it. I'll play the full.
Did somebody say boom?
Viva Las Vegas.
That's about what's happening right now for the Raiders. So
yes, the Raiders, they shelled out. They gave Gruden that $100 million deal for over 10 years. They gave Josh McDaniels a fully guaranteed 6-year deal. He barely even made it to the halfway through the second season of this deal.
Who didn't know Josh McDaniels bad coach?
He went 6-0 with Kyle Orton, right? And then was it Kyle Orton?
Yeah, but wasn't it 0-6?
No, 6-0 with Kyle Orton. And then he proceeded to lose pretty much all the games he's ever had as a head coach. Pretty much, it feels like
that have been Jay Cutler.
No,
it was Kyle Orton.
He traded Jay Cutler as soon as he became a head coach for the Broncos. So
yeah, because
what could have been
Tebow.
Sure, what could have been?
What could have been? We could have had Jay Cutler smoking a cigarette, but instead we had him in a Bears uniform doing that.
Facts.
But yes, let's go back. Yesterday was the trade deadline for the NFL. It's usually a very quiet one, to say the least, but we did have some substantial moves yesterday, including, I'm going to get this all up here. I am just very handicapped because I was very short-handed. Talk about a 5-on-3 power play.
Penalty kill. You were on a penalty
ruined
kill.
the whole
I was on the
room over here. We're like, we'll just have something for the star of the show. Like I would have wearing my hat and didn't have headphones to really wear it for the rest of the show.
Yep. And then and as soon as you played the intro, I looked at Jake. I was like, well, here goes nothing. And if the internet doesn't work, then actually we have nothing. So, and then the internet didn't work, and that's just how that is. So
here we go. We got it up here. So the trade deadline recap. Yeah, so the big ones, Chase Young and Montez Sweat get traded away from the Commanders. Yeah, I still don't understand the Montez Sweat to Chicago one. That doesn't make any sense. Leonard Williams, the Giant. I think the Giants won that trade. They got a second round pick next year and a fourth coming in 2025. Kevin Byard, as we know, we went to Philadelphia last week. Urza Cleveland, a very good starting right guard. He lands in Jacksonville to help them as they try to get healthy. Donovan Peoples-Jones moves from Cleveland to Detroit. That's probably an upgrade for him. Rasul Douglas, another one, cornerback for the Packers. He goes to Buffalo. And yeah, this is really it. Catavia Street. Let me not forget Jake's Eagles there. They trade him to Atlanta for a late swap of picks. And yeah, that's essentially what happened between Monday and Tuesday this week. So everything else was early on. So
Tell you what, the Giants may have gotten their only win really this season. I mean, it's not their only win, but it feels that way. I will say, looking at Leonard Williams, that trade, them getting a second and a fifth, and then looking at the Chase Young trade and Washington, only getting a fifth. I know, you have the their contracts, and age and whatnot. There's factors in that, but comparing those two, I feel like the Giants got a decent amount for Leonard Williams in that. Actually, more than a decent amount for Leonard Williams in that trade. I know they take on money, whatever. They still
it's only this year. It's not even on the books after.
So, screw it. Man, that was not bad. That was not bad for the Giants. The Giants.
But then, holy cow, Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle only gets better. They lost one of their linebackers, so it was their only good blitzing linebacker. So.
And then the Niners in division just clap. Oh, wait, no, not.
Yes.
In division, yeah. Clap right back at it. And they're like, oh, yeah, you got Leonard Williams. Boom. Chase Young.
And if Chase Young shows anything from his rookie season, good luck, everybody else.
I'm sure it'll go good.
Also, I'm very confused about Montez Sweat. The Chicago Bears were buyers at the trade deadline, trading a second-round pick. Screw them second-round picks, even though it's going to be a very high second-round pick. I think the Commanders made out like bandits on this one.
Yeah, I mean, Montez Sweat's very good. I do like him a lot. I think he shows a lot of potential.
When was the last time, interior defensive linemen have had a good draft class? Jordan Davis was the last big name one. Jalen Carter. There's usually one guy. And you're not going to find them in the second round, and there's not a lot on free agency right now. So I'd say, listen, we can't address this next season, so do it now.
I don't think Montez Sweat's even.
I don't think he's an interior guy.
He played a lot of tackle.
I think he's pretty versatile though too. So he's almost.
He's a big guy.
He's pretty Not even big than he's fast too. He's very quick for.
They might be out again. But Ian Rappaport did tweet yesterday. Well, he didn't tweet. He said it on the famous show, The Insiders on NFL Network. The Saints and the Raiders had a near deal for wide receiver Hunter Renfrow. But it fell through, right before the deadline happened. The Jets were trying to make an acquisition for Devontae Adams or Mike Evans. Both of them they crapped out. They didn't really work. That was kind of the end of that one. As they hopefully get more situated and hopefully the Wi-Fi gets better. Hopefully this, hopefully that. We have a lot of hope going on here as Dom is just really just in thought here. They back? No? I don't know. This is a live show. This is live content. I love every single second of it. Jake's rolling his eyes down there. Dom is just mid-sentence. That's just how it's going to be going right now. Who knows what's going to be happening with that? Let's I don't really know where to go here, but we're going to be going into the midseason overview here. Let me stop sharing my screen down there. I can bring in the slide. Another Jake just appeared in here. Who knows if it's actually him or not? Ooh. Let's not show that one there. We're going to be looking back at our picks from early on in the season. What happened there as they all dived out of here again. I don't know what happened to my slides. They're not here anymore. This isn't good. Let me get this right now. Here we go. Got the plus. Let me select that. Let me open that. Everything's just falling apart right now. It's all going down. It's all going down right now. Let's get all the way down to the end here as the solo man show is going on. Let's recap of what we looked at for beginning of the season. We had, Dom and Colton. Colton's on the road. I think he's going to Pittsburgh for the game on Thursday. Dom's router is just taking a shit. I don't really know what's happening there. But yes, here were their AFC picks to before the season. Dom went Kansas City, Bengals, Jaguars, Jets as division winners, 1 through 4. 5 through 7 were the Chargers, the Bills, and the Browns. Colton flip-flopped the first two that Dom had. The Bengals as 1, the Chiefs as 2, the Dolphins as 3, and the Jaguars as 4. And then the Steelers, the Bills, and then the Chargers over 5 through 7. Meanwhile, for me, Bengals were the 1 seed, the Bills were the 2, Chargers were the 3, the Titans the 4, still holding faith into the Titans. The Chiefs, the Jets, and the Dolphins were the 5 through 7. 1 through 4 for Jake, the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Dolphins, the Jaguars, and then 5 through 7, the Chargers, Jets, and Ravens. The only one to pick the Ravens. Dom is now live feeding us from the phone. Here we go. This is live entertainment at its finest. Live entertainment.
Comcast, you suck.
PSA to Xfinity. Oh, we're the only internet provider in the area. Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, that's literally how it goes.
But yes, I'm trying to hold down the fort here, and I'm trying to go over our picks here. And what I have noticed between our picks for the AFC, we were hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok about the goddamn Chargers. All of us fell proof into the Chargers. They suck. Brandon Staley sucked us back into this mumbo jumbo he's spewing out on the field. And we all had them way higher than they should be going on, especially for me. Everyone else had them at the wild card. I fell into that trap.
Wow.
So, yes, what are you guys thinking on your picks for the AFC? Any regrets? Anything going wrong there?
The Jets.
The Jets, yeah, literally the Jets.
Thanks, Aaron.
Oh, no. Thank you, MetLife.
The Ravens.
You might have been.
Yes, the only one to pick the Ravens was Jake.
I believed.
And then what? Okay, so, I mean, I have Cleveland in there. I don't like that.
I don't know. Dom just did not have faith in the Dolphins this year. The only one to not pick the Dolphins, and they're on top. They're tied for the AFC playoff picture right now.
Number 1 in the AFC by the end of the weekend.
I still think they're frauds, but it's okay.
Love fraud, James. I mean,
No, I think they make playoffs. I think they make playoffs, no problem. I just think they're fraudulent. They're not a first place.
The most fraudulent team in the league right now is the Bills.
Yeah, they're pretty fraudulent.
Let's not forget Colton's Steelers there, okay? Matt Canada is not happy about them scoring tutties.
Yeah, that's true.
Bomb. Yeah, one last look over here. But yeah, we all had either the Bengals or the Chiefs as the 1 seed. And then after that was just whatever. I might regret the Titans. I don't know. Check back with me after Thursday night.
Yeah, the Titans is a tough one for you.
Selling off.
Will just completely excluding the Jags.
Listen, I thought they were going to repeat what they did 5 years ago when they made the playoffs with the boat and that amazing team that they had in 2017. Thought they were just going to implode because after they bought in the last time, they blew it up. But Doug Peterson,
No,
nobody else. It was if the Titans could have backdoored their way to 7. That was the only question.
not having the Jags is rough. Where did me and Colton put the Jags?
3 and 4.
All right. I mean, that's pretty solid.
I still like mine at 4. I think the Bengals can come back.
I like that you changed the colors for certain teams on this, Will.
Yeah, because I didn't want them like next to each other, and they're kind of like all weird. So I didn't want like black and black with like the Bengals.
No, that's fair.
Because like the orange and the orange would have been really annoying. So
you put 3 different colors for the Jaguars. You gave me a green, Colton got a black, and then you gave Jake the gold. Look at that.
well, he was in like yeah.
What about the Dolphins? You couldn't have done like an orange?
Well, I mean, there's no other team that has teal.
No, there's not. You're right. Yeah.
Final thought.
No. We could go NFC.
This is pretty entertaining how impaired the show is. Just on a phone. Here's thousands of dollars worth of equipment.
Yeah.
Shot on by iPhone.
Oh, some pretty nice equipment. Yeah, we can show it. We got my dual screen action here. We got the sound thing, mixer thing there. We got Jake set up. We got everything's going on here, and here we are in the studio on a phone.
At least it's not the dead of summer, so at least you guys aren't sweltering in there.
Yeah, at least it's cold
That's a
today,
fact.
so I'm not dying. I actually have my shoes on.
Let's look at the NFC side of things here. So for the NFC,
Go on.
Dom was just way overly high here.
We're gonna relocate. You keep going though.
Okay, so Dom going 1 through 4 had the Cowboys, followed by the Seahawks, the Lions, and the Saints as their division winners. 5 through 7 was the Eagles, the 49ers, and the Vikings. Colton's 1 through 4, the Eagles, the Saints, yikes, the 49ers, the Bears, and then 5 through 7, the Cowboys, the Seahawks, and then the Vikings. I switched this up. So Jake 1 through 4 was the 49ers, the Eagles, the Lions, and the Saints. 5 through 7, the Cowboys, the Seahawks, and the Minnesota Vikings. My 1 through 4, Eagles, Seahawks, Saints, Bears. 5 through 7, the 49ers, the Washington Commanders, and the Atlanta Falcons. Yikes, and more yikes.
I mean, I'm going to ask for my apology right now because even though Dom took the heat for it, I said Atlanta could make the playoffs. I was all about there was a chance Atlanta could make the playoffs.
I did take a lot of heat for that.
Well, you took all my heat. That was my take.
I would 100% your heat.
You took all of my heat. Yeah. All right, we're moving location.
They're moving location here as they get set up here. I'm going to talk about my picks here. I do not regret picking the Atlanta Falcons to make the playoffs. I will not regret that. I think it's still a great pick. The Commanders, I will regret. I will regret the Bears because I didn't have any faith in the Lions. That was terrible on my behalf. As we're looking at Dom's hand, he's the hand from Smash Bros. He's just waiting to just do that. They're relocating to Dom's newly acquainted bar that's out there.
That's a fact.
But yeah, for me, I do regret the Saints too. The Saints are just hit or miss all over the place.
Oh, you're 100% all right. There we go. That's a little bit. This is a little bit better.
It's only a matter of time till Dom's phone dies, and that's the end of it.
Yep. Then we're gonna shut the show off.
That's it. Yeah, you're right.
But yes, Jake, do you have any regrets for your playoff picks for the NFC side of things?
That I just didn't have more conviction in my take on the Falcons. But I'm pretty happy. I think that's pretty much how it might play out, depending on Seattle and San Francisco.
Wow, you're not taking Bears is nuts to me.
I wanted to, but I couldn't do it. I could not put my faith in that organization to actually make a step in any direction.
Yeah, that was the move.
Besides backwards.
It was all about they had the pieces, they had the things in place to possibly take that jump out of the basement, and it's just Chicago, and they're just cursed.
Tell you what, Jake's actually looks pretty solid.
Jake honestly could be the 1 through 7. It depends what happens with the kid from BYU and Josh Dobbs. Honestly, yeah. I think that's what it really.
Okay.
And
yours is just a flip flop of 3 things.
I have the same thing as Jake.
Because my whole thing was the 1, 2, and then 5, 6 are going to be that same group of teams.
Yeah.
It's just who do you think gets the first spot versus the other one? And mean, right now it has the Eagles are 1, but that could change, especially with Chase Young coming into the picture.
Mm.
Who knows? Who knows how that's going to end up? But it's going to be some kind of mix of those 4 teams in those spots.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that's actually pretty solid. I wish I could have had the Falcons. You and I both didn't do the Falcons, even though we're the highest on the Falcons.
I just
is what it
sometimes I
is.
bite myself with not having. I bit the bullet with the Ravens. I believed mostly because it's a stable, good organization that makes smart decisions.
A good head coach that gets it done like every year. It is what it is.
Let's critique Colton's here really quick. The Eagles, I'll agree with. The Saints, way too high. The Niners, not enough respect. The Bears, we all fell for it. Well,
No,
you
you two
fell for it. We
this
did not.
table did not.
That's a fact.
The Cowboys at 5. I think it's generous for 5. I think Seahawks could slide up there.
The Cowboys at 1.
Did I have them 5 or 6? I forget.
You had the Cowboys at 5.
I mean, I think that they're more established to be able to get that 5 versus whoever.
I was praying for a full-on meltdown.
Well, depending on who gets that other NFC West. Because if it's the Niners, it'll be above the Cowboys. But if it's Seattle, it'll be below the Cowboys.
But yeah, that's what's going on down there. Let's look at our picks here. I think we can honestly make a judgment call if we want to change our picks. I won't be making a new graphic, but we could just announce it to the air about our picks.
I don't think we should change them. I think we should.
No. We can announce. I'm not making a new graphic for it. If you can just announce it.
The only change to make for the AFC, I think. Well, besides
the Vikings,
Atlanta. Yeah, I will roll with Atlanta.
I would put me and Jake. I think we're both on the same page of trading the Vikings for Atlanta in that 7th spot. I think that'd be perfect.
No, I would trade away the damn.
I'm still
Bears.
Cool there.
Hey, they look better.
But what's the AFC? I think the AFC is one I would want to change.
Here's your AFC one.
I mean, it's still pretty solid. Other than Jets,
it's still good.
I still think that. Well, I would swap my
7
AFC North teams the way they are, because that's probably how it'll end up. Cincinnati will get their way back in there, but
if Lamar finishes the season,
the Chargers, man, that just bums me out.
We all fell for it.
We fell for it. It's Brian Staley. You
hoodwinked, bamboozled.
He saved himself for the year, though.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that just saved his job last week.
The hot seat meter definitely went down this week.
Yeah, just beating the most impoverished team in the NFC.
Yeah, they play the worst team ever.
Yeah,
they'd save themselves.
Would you change anything here, Dom?
The Bills.
Browns.
Nah, I think the Bills are gonna make it, but I'd take the Browns out.
I've always thought the Bills are fugazi. I don't like Josh Allen. I don't think he's fixable.
I still think they make it. But Browns, I would take the Browns out for sure.
And let's look at our picks that started the season, MVP through Coach of the Year. Let's break this down. So Dom, for his MVP, Joe Burr, the MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey, Defensive Player, Sauce Gardner, Offensive Rookie, Jordan Addison, Defensive Rookie, Will Anderson, Comeback Player of the Year, Damar Hamlin, and Head Coach Robert Saleh. For Colton's picks, Colton went Patrick Mahomes for MVP, followed by Offensive Player of the Year, Justin Jefferson, Defensive Player of the Year, TJ Watt, Offensive Rookie, Bijan Robinson, Defensive Rookie, Jalen Carter, Comeback Damar Hamlin, and Coach of the Year, Tom Hamlin. Mike Tomlin. No idea where that was coming. For me, it was Aaron Rodgers. Ew. Offensive player, Justin Jefferson. Ew. Max Crosby. There's potential still. Offensive rookie.
All mine are wrong.
Jahmyr Gibbs. Potential. Defensive rookie, Christian Gonzalez. Not happening. Comeback player, Damar Hamlin. Coach of the Year, Robert Saleh. Definitely not happening. Jake's. Justin Herbert for MVP. We fell for it. Hoodwinked. Offensive player, Aaron Rodgers. Maybe. Who knows? Defensive player, Micah Parsons. I think he has one there. Offensive rookie, Zay Flowers. He might have 2. Defensive rookie, Devon Witherspoon. There's 3. Comeback player, Tua Tagovailoa. There's definitely one there. And then coach of the year, Dan Campbell, which you went 0 for 2, but I think you went 5 for 5 on that back end.
Parsons won't win it.
No, I think Max Crosby has a strong case so far. Max Crosby.
Zay Flowers won't win it. He had to come out hot to get that, and I
No.
thought he might.
And
but
Jordan Addison has 7 touchdowns already, leading the receivers. I think Jordan Addison might be offensive rookie favorite right now, maybe behind Stroud. But I think as far as the skill players or all the players we have, I think I have the most solid in Jordan Addison. Now, if Gibbs plays the way that he did this past weekend, I mean, yours
I'd
is
be a pig in shit right now. I'd be excited as all hell.
Yeah.
I liked Witherspoon. I thought he was in a position to get more love.
I think he might be.
And
so
I just
far.
don't pick Eagles for awards. I just don't do it.
Yeah, I would
As a
say
general rule, I don't do it.
Jalen Carter's nice on that right now.
Yeah. He's probably our best defensive player, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's not up. He actually, I would say he is our best defensive player right now.
And then coach of the year, Dan Campbell might be. I think he's got to be
That's
the leader right now.
That's a pretty strong choice right there.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know why no one else took him. I'm surprised I lone wolf.
I said, listen, if there's a year that I could pick anything for Jets related stuff, this is the year. And unfortunately, 4 plays in, my heart was shattered.
Well, Salah was never going to get it.
As Colton said,
Wilson.
As Colton said, he had Robert Salah being fired after the year. The Jets were going to implode. Nothing was going to happen there.
Can we
If
talk
only
about
he was here.
Tomlin being fired? Because that's a.
Colton's not even here, too.
Yeah, he's not even here.
Like
I think he's on his way. No, I think he's on his way to the game in Pittsburgh for tomorrow night. I think he's on his way there. So,
I will say Colton might be the only one onto something with the MVP.
Well, that's
barely. I mean, Mahomes hasn't even been that good this year.
No, he hasn't.
I mean, yes, yeah. I mean, he has. He's number 1 in.
Yeah, I mean, but quietly, Mahomes.
Like right now, the odds-on favorites are the same 2 that it was last year. It's Mahomes and Hurts.
Yeah. What about offensive player of the year? Because that's a lot of times skill position.
Right now, you got to make the argument for AJ Brown.
Yeah, that's true.
You mean Mega John?
Mega John.
I would say him and Christian McCaffrey are definitely the 1-2 people that should be up there for it.
Who was the third that I saw that a lot of people were putting up there?
I mean, Tyreek's always going to be in the conversation.
Yeah, Tyreek's definitely up there.
Well, this is both.
Oh, well, that's a dual conference award.
Yeah.
So.
You would have to think too, like offensive rookie Puka Nacua, who we had no idea who he was. He burst onto the scene. I think he has like 66 catches or something this year.
Did not think he would be this immediate. I
don't even think he was even going to touch the field. Like
I knew who he was. I knew he would play, but like the same way a lot of rookies play.
Yeah.
When you got a veteran presence like Stafford, I mean, he's going to get you the football.
Like the way that Puka Nacua burst onto the scene is what I kind of thought Zay Flowers was going to do.
I mean, Zay Flowers has had some good weeks, but
yeah, he's had some good catches, some big touchdowns. But
yeah.
like
that Steelers game kind of killed him. I mean, he was slipping and falling. Like he was getting like 14 targets that game, and he just wasn't capitalizing on it.
Everybody was slipping and falling and dropping stuff that game.
And
then they choked.
Yeah.
Whatever Steeler voodoo magics that they to go. Well, there's no such a thing as 8-8 anymore, but
it's 8-8, 8-1.
8-1.
Yeah,
there
perfect.
we go. If that happens, the most Tomlin, and they make the playoffs, the most Tomlin thing of all time.
Defensive rookie though. God, I haven't really kept up on it really for this stuff.
It's a 2-horse race right now.
Yeah, really between Carter and
Witherspoon.
Yeah, I would say that's probably
that's
accurate.
it.
I mean, we watched Witherspoon that Monday night game. It was, right in front of them and just right in front of us, 97 yards. That was exciting.
Every week it seems like he makes a play though. You know?
Oh yeah, he blew up Rondale Moore, sent them into the Pacific Ocean.
Didn't you and I have like a fight at the end of the year? Like who was better? Because you were a big Christian Gonzalez, and I've been all in the train of Witherspoon since pre-draft.
I pick Christian Gonzalez because I'm like, well, if the Patriots going to build someone,
Well, I mean,
defensively,
for the draft, like pre-draft, who should be the best?
I thought Christian Gonzalez was going to be it because it was just, it was pushed down your throat all the time. Like, oh, Christian Gonzalez, this, Christian Gonzalez, this. They said, Gonzalez, first corner off the board. It's not, it's done deal.
I love that whole Illinois secondary and defense. It was just nasty. They played tough and got a lot of tackles for loss and interceptions. Like
the first 3-4 weeks, Gonzalez and Witherspoon were probably pretty head and head. It's kind of before Witherspoon really started making a huge play every game, and Gonzalez is obviously hurt, so there was no chance on that one anyway. But it was, I think, close at the time. But even if Gonzalez was still healthy, man, Witherspoon has been unstoppable so far. He's had a huge play every game, it feels like.
Yes. Comeback player of the year. Hamlin did play the one game. I still think it's his award to lose. I really do. I think they're just going to give it to him.
He has a negative odds on sports books right now for that, so it's a good chance. But Tua is,
by definition, by the normal circumstance definition of the rule.
Oh, it's Tua.
It's Tua all day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what was my opinion.
Yeah.
Before the season, we all know who it's going to.
Someone had to do it.
Yeah, I didn't want us all to be DeMar.
Yeah, someone had to do it.
And then Coach of the Year. Two Salas, Mike Tomlin, Dan Campbell.
The brand new Lions.
Who would be number 2 on that? Pete Carroll? Maybe.
I would say I would put Sirianni's hat in the ring again.
Yeah, that's true.
God, I know they're under 500 right now, but maybe D'Amico Ryans.
McDaniel. Sorry.
Maybe D'Amico Ryan. I know they're under 500, but hey,
you got to win.
Yeah,
you got to win.
You got to make playoffs.
Yeah,
at least
that's basically It's usually you outperformed your expectations and did something good.
Yeah.
God, I wouldn't even know who else. Doug Peterson.
Because it's the whole
they made
thing
playoffs. About, they're still kind of on pace for.
I know they just barely made the playoffs. I know he would have to be a 13-win team in order to probably be considered.
Honestly, it could still be solid if they make the playoffs.
Yeah, a lot of adversity.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. If we live in a perfect world, we have flying cars, floating trees.
He already sounds got his hopes up too much in that instance. Well,
I'm still holding out that Rodgers returns, but I'm gonna look like a moron if I still, keep on believing.
Well, if they're in the right position, I believe he'll return when the time comes. But they have to be in that right position.
He's not coming back this year.
I don't know, man.
Just dispel that.
I think he will.
Listen, he's on the
position for that.
He says he's walking around without any limitations, no limp. He's gonna start jogging.
He has certain tools to do so. He was on Pat McAfee's show yesterday. He was talking about it. He has certain shoes that really do a big difference with it and stuff. So he's not quite, it's not like he's just wearing cleats and running around. It's not that. It's not that. They're not there yet.
Pivoting,
there's a lot.
Not running.
Yeah.
He's not coming back this year. We'll can we dispel that right now?
I don't know, man.
Listen, can I hold on to something? Okay, this season's been absolutely disastrous for me.
The earliest game he could come back is the Super Bowl. That's it. That's the earliest, and that's stretching it still.
I would say by the new year he might be eligible to come back. That's what I would say. Heavily taped.
It's those dolphin noises, man. If you heard his remedies, he's been listening to the dolphins hump each other, and that's kind of how he's been trying to cure himself.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The sonar waves just going into his Achilles.
Echolocation. Yeah. Is it? Or is that bats?
It's both of them.
Got it.
Let's look back. Favorite games and moments from week 8.
Oh, gosh.
My favorite moment had to be when Jahmyr Gibbs scored that touchdown, and that woman brought up Jahmyr Gibbs like a newborn baby off the field into the stand so he could celebrate with the fan. That woman's the MVP of the week.
Nuts. Jahmyr Gibbs had a great game. Sam Laporta had a great game. That game was fun to watch.
Oh, I have a gripe with that. It has
What?
nothing to do with the well, it's sort of something to do with the game. I was trying to that drive where Laporta scores a touchdown. Before the kickoff through that drive, I was trying to use the Barstool Sportsbook app to live bet that drive, knowing that they're going to respond. I wanted to have Laporta for a touchdown, plus crossing the 50 and all the other stuff they have for game drive lines. That app sucks trying to live bet. It's impossible. It just
trying to live bet, yeah.
It just grays out immediately. Like it's impossible.
Small window you get to bet through, and that's it.
No, it's not even a small window. It was grayed out. Well, one, it was grayed out the entire drive.
It's not live betting.
Yeah, you had the options. It was grayed out.
Yeah.
I was trying to do over/under stuff for player props for the game. And as soon as I'd click it and try and make the bet and put it with something else, it'd be gone.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I've never used the app. I've thought about using the app.
That game almost made me pull the plug on it.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
That's kind of funny.
I think I had it downloaded at one point. I never got to use it.
It's not great, Bob.
I would say, honestly, maybe Will Levis and what happened in that Titans game was pretty sick. I was all about that. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's a fugazi.
What?
Are we palm reading right now?
No, I was just putting on Do Not Disturb because I don't know what the vibrations are like. But they're not dolphins, so
They're not dolphins.
yeah,
So it's
not helping anyone. But no, I thought it was pretty cool. Comes onto the scene and they just have a great game. No one expected it.
Also,
DeAndre Hopkins had 3 touchdowns. Sick game for him. I mean,
Atlanta made Jordan Love look like an all-star too.
Wow. Hey, I know Will's one of Will's favorites. I know it's one of mine too. What is it, Will?
Taylor Heineke, officially
Yes,
the starter for the Atlanta Falcons. I'm just saying, okay. He almost beat Tom Brady. Tom Brady almost never had that 7th Super Bowl. Let's always just remember that.
Until that moment.
I like Taylor Heineke, bro.
I was a fan until that pussy shit moment. I had to. Like that's dude, come on.
Oh, you're talking about the Eagles
The
game.
Eagles game. I can't. And then you got up celebrating like you won the Super Bowl after flopping for a flag, and
It was a million IQ play.
Well, I don't think he knew the flag was coming or anything like that, but
no, he did. He laid down right in front of the fucking guy.
he had to take a knee no matter what. So I don't know.
God. My favorite moment, well, I mean, I already had my favorite moment, but my favorite game, probably the Browns and the Seahawks. I mean, down to the wire, Jackson Smith and Jigba, game-winning touchdown.
Yeah, that was a good game.
I liked it. I thought that was a good game for both sides.
You're telling me the Poverty Bowl wasn't your favorite game? Your New York. New York.
Listen here. For work, I had to cut the Titans and the Falcons game. Okay. Yeah. But since I wasn't at home cutting the game, there was another TV and I had Red Zone on. So it was my first time having exposure of here's a single game. And then there's Red Zone. And I'm just watching the Jets just be the Jets.
Maybe
could we admit though, Graham Gano is easily the worst kicker in the league right now. I don't know how he's still employed. I really don't know.
Well, Jake Moody's been always a rookie though. Yeah,
but I mean Graham Gano has 64.7% like making it through the uprights.
I think he's been kind of washed up for the last, actually probably since he signed with the Giants. I kind of thought.
No, he's been washed ever since he made that 63-yard kick against the Giants back in 2018. That was his last good moment.
Yeah, I thought when he signed with the Giants, I was like, oh, it's going to be like a 1 or 2 year thing. They phase him out into a new kicker. Like it is what it is. But I don't know why they're so committed to him. Why they're still so with that. I don't know.
The Giants.
I mean, he signed a 3-year contract before week 1.
Yeah, it's weird, and it's not working clearly. But yeah, that game sucked like all the way around.
Did not watch it. Happy I didn't.
Happy you didn't.
I watched.
Listen, all you have to do is watch the last 24 seconds after the missed kick, and then Zach Wilson just has 2 good completions and forces overtime.
The only exciting part about the game was overtime wasn't even exciting. Maybe
it was just that kick was blocked, and it was so lucky it made it in. That was so lucky.
Oh, that kick was blocked?
Yeah, it was
That kick was like tipped, and like I thought it was missed. I put my hands down, I'm like, I can't believe they missed it. And they're like, it's good. I'm like, oh my god, they did it. Okay,
I didn't know that.
let's move on from here.
I didn't do mine. That's cool though.
What's yours?
I mean, I think it's the second straight week of having Eagles picks. Favorite moment.
What happened?
Well, I had last week. Your defense shuts down Miami, and it's a big Sunday night game with Kelly Green. And
Yeah, that's true.
this week, the record.
Oh, AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
I agree.
I'll finally give him the Mega John nickname because if you break a Calvin Johnson record,
You deserve it.
you deserve it.
Well, it was Calvin Johnson, and then some guy in like 1964 that had that record too.
Yeah, whatever. I don't even record. I get those records deserve to live, but like none of us know who the guy is. I mean,
Yeah,
It's like hockey. Nothing like it's you appreciate
Yeah.
things pre
Yeah.
Expansion, but they don't really count.
I agree.
I had another buy. There was another moment I had, but I completely forgot. Oh well, I'll think of it by the end of the show. Let's move into everyone's favorite segment of the week: buy, sell, and hold on
Where I
play and
twist
teams
myself real
following week 8.
Is someone keep in mind,
Hey,
please?
Steve Burns pulling out the handy dandy notebook over there.
I know.
So,
Keep mine so I don't have like a mental aneurysm every week trying to think.
but they're
Oh.
funny.
Oh, this is actually pretty funny. I'm not gonna buy them, but I just wanted you to know that I held Carolina last week for the point of just saying, hey, they're gonna win soon, kind of thing. And what do you know? Look at that. So you know what? I kind of feel like I looked a little bit decently smart last week with that hold. I'm not gonna buy it. I mean, I guess I would, considering I guess I held it for that reason, but whatever. I also bought Houston and they lost, so I guess that was a double-edged sword for me.
I had a feeling. I'm like, man, the Panthers could pull it off this week because new play caller and all that stuff. I was like,
I'm gonna buy Cincinnati. They're fully back. I think I bought them a few weeks ago once they had their get right game, but they're back. Cincinnati's back, and then I fully expect them to do a whatever you want to call it at this point. Cincinnati, Joe Burrow,
the
absolute
Bayou Bengals.
Yeah, Bayou, Joe Burrow, but spelled the French way with the
Yes,
X at the end of it.
Burrow.
Go Tigers. Yeah, I want to piggyback off of Jake's thing. I want to buy into Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Joe Burrow's healthy. Good luck to the rest of the AFC.
Joe Burrow's healthy. Have fun, everybody.
Good luck, everybody else.
Can you scroll up? Yeah. One sec. I'm gonna look at last week's games real fast. Give me a sec. That's one way to do it.
Yeah. I'll still buy into Jahmyr Gibbs. Hey, I hope the Lions go into it. They keep on going with it, and yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Let's see what we got here. Usually I can look on a different screen or my phone, and I don't really have the option at the moment. So I'm going to, let's see. I mean, it's kind of tough, actually, to be honest, because I've already bought like the Bengals. I've already bought, the Seahawks, Detroit.
A lot of good teams separated this week.
Yeah, it's kind of true. Did I buy?
Well, you have your whole list. No one's keeping track of mine. I have to remember them.
I know. This is the reason. Yeah, but it almost makes it tougher because I can't just free ball it every week, too. I got to be like, oh, man, I already did that.
I can tell you it's not tougher.
It's probably not. I think I might buy into the Ravens. I hate to say it. I absolutely despise that. But you know what? What? Yeah, that kind of sucks. I hate that. But I guess I'm going to buy into the Ravens. I got to just admit that as much as I don't like the Ravens, they're doing very well this season. And, I mean, they are completely on pace to win the division.
Oh, you're going to hate my hold then.
They're completely on pace to win the division. I really was so convinced Cincinnati was going to have another good year. But, I mean, Baltimore's in a good place where they could easily continue to beat out Cincinnati for that division. So I'll buy into them because it really is so possible this year for them.
Let's go into the sell here. What are you guys selling off on?
Oh, I just had it. Hold on.
I'm gonna sell. I want to go first. I'll sell off on the Packers. Jordan Love, that experience. I think it's dead in the water. It was good. It was good the first 3 weeks, and that was that. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with this team, let alone what's going to be happening. So, yeah, I'm selling off on the Packers. Yeah. Oh well.
I think I did that a few weeks ago. I think.
Probably did after they lost to the Broncos.
Well, I'm not a Jordan Love guy. Like I
don't love the guy.
No, not at all.
Not growing on you.
I know I 100% already sold on this, but I'm selling on the Bills.
You definitely have sold on.
I think I've sold on Josh Allen.
You're right. You did last week.
He's unfixable. I've said this for a while. He's got a huge case of Carson Wentzitis. He's just unfixable. He's always going to throw those bad turnovers, and you're going to live and die on those, big plays, which is exactly what Carson Wentz was. He was either big play or turnover. They're not an organization that takes things serious. They're not going to take that next step.
No.
They're going to middle, right at that upper end of being just good enough to not be mediocre.
So you're saying you're not buying into the Bills, even if they got Leonard Fournette?
Leonard Fournette and Russell Douglas really changed the needle from that defense being atrocious and their only offensive scheme being deep cross go Burr. They don't run the ball. They don't stop the run. Their secondary's in shambles, and their quarterback only has deep throw over the middle or turnover.
I'm going to sell. I already sold on Minnesota twice for some reason. Don't know what that's about. 3 weeks apart, I sold the Minnesota twice, but, got to sell on them again, I guess. That's not my sell. I'm going to sell Arizona. I haven't done it all season. Didn't do it to start. They honestly have competed in every game. That was Josh Dobbs. He hasn't really looked terrible in any game. He hasn't looked incredibly what he did in the first couple weeks, where he did very well. But, they're just like, I have no faith in them. And now they're going with whatever guy. And
it's either Clayton Tune or Kyler to start this week.
They said Clayton Tune, really.
Well, no. And then after they traded Dobbs, he says it's either Kyler or Clayton.
He was Kyler or him.
It's not happening. So I'm just straight up selling on Arizona, like so that I could do that, because I have not done that. Because honestly, they didn't give me a reason really to sell out on them, because they've competed in most of all their games.
Did anybody buy?
But no, not a chance. No one bought in on them.
Someone might have held.
Yeah, probably someone held. I might have, but I don't think I did. Either way, though, selling Arizona once and for all for the season. I think it's time to. So they're just a dumpster fire, man.
You don't feel that fire in your gut?
I feel zero fire in my gut. Zero fire in my gut.
And what about you, Jake? What are you selling on?
I already did mine.
He did the Bills.
Okay. Go Bills. And hold. What are you guys holding on to? Because you just need to see for another week.
So you're gonna hate this, Dominic.
Why?
Lamar Jackson's passing ability.
Okay.
Ability as a quarterback, I should say.
In which direction are you holding on that for?
Holding, like he's improving. He actually improving.
I don't think that. I honestly have felt like he's been a better passer this year than every other year.
He's actually. Now, a lot of it is still just, boot a little bit and then one read or check it down. But at least he is now doing half a progression instead of first throw or run.
I honestly think he's past pretty well this season. I just still think that he makes poor decisions in the passing game, and that he still tries to force the ball in some places,
Well,
or
because
just like
up until really this season, he's been a one-read quarterback.
yeah.
It's either whatever the schemed up route is, he throws it to that one, or he forces it or
Runs.
takes off.
Yeah.
It's that one or nothing. And now it's a little bit of he at least has half the field and not just one route.
Yeah, I think he really looks better. It seems like their passing game is a lot more efficient this year. But my hold is going to be Tennessee. I know we were all in the beginning in the predictions and stuff. We were all like, hey, Vrabel can still drag them into the playoffs and whatnot. I think now, after Will Levis showed something, maybe they could have a little bit of momentum and just have something other than this really stale product. And they didn't sell anyone off at deadline. So I think that – what?
Fired.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But I still think they could, get dragged close to playoffs or be in the hunt by this season. So I'm going to kind of hold on to them just because – I think they have more life than I expected them to have at this point.
Are you holding the Titans or are you holding Levis?
No, I'm holding pretty much the whole Titans as a
He's
team.
holding the mayonnaise and the coffee and banana with the crust on guy.
I just
that was
think,
a mirage.
Yeah, but even then, I think everything just felt so stale all season for them. So even if they have a rookie quarterback and they have some ups and downs and stuff, I just find that to be just better.
Ready for ups and downs because that's Will Levis.
Hey man, like I said, I think they can at least produce maybe an exciting thing here and there, better than their stale Ryan Tannehill 2 passing touchdowns so far this season product.
Will Levis was the backup to currently Green Bay's backup.
Oh, I know.
In college,
but we'll see. That's why I'm holding on. I'm not selling him.
I'm gonna hold on to the Saints. I'm not gonna be buying into them after this week's they only play Chicago, so I'm gonna get back to me in 2 or 3 weeks, and I'll see if I want to buy them or just sell them off. So let's see what
you can sell off on them if they lose against Chicago.
If they do, I'm selling off on them next week. If they win, I mean, I'll just keep on holding on them.
Exactly. So
accent everything. But yes. Let's head into week 9 preview. The middle part of the season happens at the end of the Jets and Chargers game on Monday night. So this is exciting. Dom, did you fill out your picks here?
No, I went to do it last night and you didn't have it up yet. So I was like, all right, I'll do it tomorrow.
Sorry, I have my computer up right here.
I could see it, but it's okay.
Are you going to be typing for him, Jake?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Sure.
Okay. I mean, I would throw up the graphic, but it's going to look really bad, but who cares?
Oh.
Here is what we look like right now. I am now blurred out with my picks.
We don't even have ours up.
No, we do. They're down there.
Yeah, they're down there. Hold on. I got to fix it all. Bam. Bam.
What are you going to fix?
So 71-51 for me, 76-46 for Colton, 72-50 for Jake, and then 76-46 for Dom. And now let me get this off the screen because it looks very stupid.
Yeah, you can fit.
And let's
Me and
head
Colton
into...
are in a race, man. Me and Colton are in a race every week, it seems like.
When was the last time by week 8 that I didn't have a commanding lead? This is my worst season ever.
I mean, there was a year where in like week 2 and 3, I went 14-2 2 weeks in a row, and I was killing that. But
there was a week I think Jake went. I think there was a week where Jake went like undefeated. I don't think he like lost. I think it was like 13 or 14.
I know that. There's a 15-1 and then like a 14 hours.
Yeah.
Normally I run away with these by week 9.
I don't know. Not that one year. But...
Jake just says, you know what? I want to keep Will company in the basement of the pit of misery down here.
Pit of misery. Why you're hey.
Well, yes. Let's recap last week though. So Jake was in the pit of misery going 11-5, and then there's a 3-way tie for first at 12-4. Let's make sure we get that out of the way. I've improved tenfold. I got 10 more right than I did the week before. I'm very proud of myself.
It's not tenfold.
We had a redemption week. We redeemed ourselves. We had a bounce back week, every single one of us. So that was good.
Yes. Let's look into Thursday Night Football, where the Tennessee Titans travel up to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers.
Who against Pittsburgh?
The
Tennessee.
Titans.
Oh, this is tough.
I'm changing my pick. I had a question mark because I wasn't sure where I wanted to go with it.
You saw what we picked, and then
No, I left a question mark in there because I really wasn't sure where I wanted to go for that.
This is tough. Both teams are in a quarterback crisis at the moment.
well, here you go. Here's a chance for you to. Normally, you shy away from whoever you buy, sell, and hold.
No, that's not true. I just did the one time and it was really evident, and then Will did it the next week. But I bought in the Jags and y'all flamed me for it, and I have bought them every single week since. I'm gonna I'm gonna take Tennessee. I think the Steelers may overcompensate for Levis, give Derrick Henry some space, and I think the Steelers might fall into their whole quarterback thing at the moment. I know Pickett, they said what? Pickett may be healthy?
He's not on the injury report. He is playing tomorrow.
It's a short week, so that's a little bit tough, I think. And I think, I think they may fall into let's keep him on a leash kind of thing, and it might be too much. I think there's too much of
A lot of run the ball, though.
Yeah, but Najee, I mean, it still hasn't really been that successful either. I just think there's too many factors for them. I think they're going to overthink themselves into a loss.
So here's the opposite side of that.
There's,
Will
like I said,
Levis having to read defense, especially with pressure, is awful. Horrible.
they might ride Derrick Henry very hard this game.
They're going to have to.
Yeah,
That's the only way to victory.
I feel like they're going to have to.
Because if they get any sort of pass situation with pass rush with that defense, is the only thing they're good at, really. And there's some good press corners, but like them pass rushing is their strength. And that's what Will Levis's kryptonite is. Pressure. It's either a big home run or a big sack.
I think there's two sides of this game, and I think they're the exact same thing, essentially. I think you got a little bit of a quarterback thing happening on each side. They're both going to be maybe on leashes. They both have one singular wide receiver that can dominate each side, but they don't really have any success throwing to anyone else. And then they have a running back they both might ride really hard this game. I think that this is like
Yeah. I think you're 100% right.
I think this is a pretty crapshoot game. If I'm
But
not
to
gonna
me,
lie.
that smells Pittsburgh at
Mm.
home because they're the one that can lock up with a corner in the passing game, take that weapon out, and then it's whoever runs the ball better, whoever gets the lead first too. Because I don't think there's any comeback happening this week.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird game. What are the picks?
You're lone wolfing the Titans.
Well, you got it right here, dude. Can you not
Awesome.
read it?
Oh, I'm too blind for that.
All right, you're lone wolfing.
Let's
Love that. I'm all about
let's
it.
go into maybe the greatest overseas game the NFL has put out. Might be the most viewed overseas game. Could be even a top 5 viewed game at 9:30 in the morning. The Miami Dolphins against the Kansas City Chiefs in
God.
Frankfurt.
You think Taylor travels?
Her tour is starting, so I don't even know if she'll be there.
Oh, so we got a break from that finally?
Well, I don't know where the tour starts in Europe, so
Oh, it's starting in Europe?
yeah.
So she's got to be in Europe
You're
already?
kidding me.
Stop.
You're kidding me. You're kidding me.
I'm gonna start out.
Phil,
Here,
stay
let me
right
say
there.
my pick here. I'm going with the Miami Dolphins. I think Tyreek Hill has this revenge game, and I think he's gonna put up just monster numbers because there's no one on that defense that can stop him. So I'm gonna go with the Miami Dolphins here.
That is so. What are the NFL? You cannot tell me the NFL is not scripted. You cannot tell me the NFL is not scripted.
After that,
If
Yeah.
Taylor has a tour in Europe starting and they're traveling to Europe this week, come on, man. I mean, they collaborated and they faked everyone
it's not
out.
real love.
No, God. They faked everyone out with the whole, Taylor doesn't want to do the Super Bowl. And then boom, Taylor crossover, NFL crossover. Here we are, scripted as hell. I mean, it's too obvious. It's way too obvious it's scripted. With that, I'm going to go Kansas City.
All right. So I'm not lone wolf in Kansas City, apparently. Oh,
Wow.
yeah, I had an old rule of I will not bet against
It's a fact.
Tom Brady and the Patriots. I will not bet against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Cannot do it. I like a lot of what Miami's been doing, I think, honestly, their game against the Eagles was a mirage. I just can't do it. Can't do it.
Let's head into the 1 o'clock hour. The Minnesota Vikings at the Atlanta Falcons.
Gosh. This is a tough week.
I think this one's easy.
I mean, I think it's Atlanta Falcons all the way.
So it's a sweep.
So we have a sweep.
Okay. But it's just the fact that we have no clue what's happening in Minnesota right now. So it's just like, kind of another crapshoot.
I mean,
And we have two new starting quarterbacks on both sides of the ball here.
Yeah.
But Atlanta has
yeah.
a solid offense.
Heineke defense. Game manager without running game at home.
Yeah.
I don't think this one's I don't think this one's a toss up. I think that's a perfect. I think that's a easy Atlanta.
And I like Arthur, whatever his name is, already
FedEx
himself.
Let's go into one of the best 1 o'clock hour games this week. Seattle at Baltimore.
I mean, come on. This is not an easy week.
This is not easy. This one hurt my soul.
Seattle in the 1 o'clock hour is a very dominant team. They rarely lose.
Okay.
But they're not at home either.
That's an ESPN fact.
Well, why would they be home for a 1 o'clock hour? Is this Madden? Where they just start giving out 1 o'clock hours for everything after the first season? They just start... Psh.
Well, Seattle at home is like one of those like.
This is tough because
I'm picking Baltimore.
Okay, going into last week, it was like, hey, Cleveland, great defense. Went into Seattle, boom. Seattle has a pretty great offense right now, and it's all clicking. And Kenneth Walker has been maybe the most efficient running back in the league so far this season, week to week to week to week. And then you have Baltimore's defense has been more than solid, and they've held together games for sure. I think I'm gonna go Seattle for the pure fact that if I were to take one offense and another offense against these defenses, I just think that Seattle's offense can hold steady longer, better than stronger than Baltimore's can.
Yeah, this one hurts me.
This is tough.
This one hurts me.
This is tough.
I couldn't make this pick, so I didn't write a question mark like Will's earlier, but this was mine. Like, I don't know what to do. So for lack of a better word of having internet troubles earlier, I put a team in here.
Fair. Smart.
I don't like it though. I don't trust Baltimore in this game. Well, not that I don't trust Baltimore. I like both these teams a lot.
Yeah.
And you know what? I can't not pick Seattle.
Hell yeah. Take them with me.
I just can't. I like a lot of what the Baltimore defense does historically. Harbaugh, but then on the other side, that defense in Seattle is amazing.
Has been so great.
Pete Carroll, that's a wash.
Yeah. I think Seattle and Detroit are the two most exciting teams to watch right now in the league. On both sides of the ball.
So
both sides of the ball.
How is this everywhere. A 1 o'clock game? We've been able to flex games now. How is this 1 o'clock game?
No, I brought this up to Will earlier because we're still getting some of the shittiest, I will curse, shittiest night games week to week to week.
So
to week.
Buffalo and Cincinnati's a shitty game.
No, but Monday night is.
We're not
Jets
there yet.
And Chargers.
Yeah.
I'm going to that one. Let's get the show on the road here, okay? Let's go. We're taking too long. We're 10 minutes and we only talk 4 teams. The Cardinals at the Browns.
Great games. Great analysis.
Oh, this is easy. Cleveland.
Browns.
Cleveland. Sweet. Easy.
All day.
We're getting the sweep here. The Los Angeles Rams at the Green Bay Packers.
Rams.
That's another sweep.
The Rams need a little bit of a bounce back game. They need a strong game again so far this season.
Yeah.
They've been kind of weak in the past couple weeks. I think they're going to get back to it.
Jordan Love stinks, and they just sold their. Well, they have Josh corner, great corner, but they just sold their other side. So
yeah,
there's 2 receivers, can't cover them both. Rams.
Hey, Jordan Addison kind of burned them last week too. So I mean, Jordan Addison could do it. We got some receivers on the Rams, man.
Tampa Bay at Houston.
I'm having you start because you're the one not written in.
Cool. Tampa Bay, Houston, give me D'Amico Ryans and their bounce back game and what he's going to inspire in this team. A hell leagues more than freaking Todd Bowles. I'm putting at head coach.
Quarter line and trenches, or quarterback and trenches. I like D'Amico Ryans and what he's been doing. Both sides of the ball are solid. And Stroud as a rookie is already 10 times better than Baker Mayfield.
Hands down.
So I'll take Houston.
Clean sweep on Houston. Washington at New England, the battle of poverty.
Okay, I'll start.
Go for it.
Do not buy into the Elway times Marino Howell versus Eagles stats because every other week he's terrible. I will go New England all day, 3 times on Sunday.
Yeah, I'll go New England. I'm kind of about that. I think with the Commanders selling off so hard, I know what did they say? They kind of didn't want to go, like guys in the locker room in Washington. They were kind of sad to see that happen. So they might have lost some inspiration this week to perform, and then it's just like, all right, maybe it gets a little bit better for New England. I don't know. Screw it.
Clean sweeping New England. Then we
So,
got Chicago.
Well, did I just convince you just now?
I left question. I was like, there's no pass rush. So who's going to get Mac Jones? And then it's like, this game might honestly end up like 6-3.
It was.
If you give Mac Jones some time, I mean, he's still a decent quarterback. Like
it was
most
question mark on Wills until I made that speech, and then it got immediately delete.
I'll still start Sam Howell in fantasy.
Yeah, he likes Sam.
I'm gonna just Dom could just get filled in on this one. I don't think he's gonna pick Chicago, but Chicago at New Orleans, it should be a clean sweep.
Yep.
And we can, and then we get the next one: Indianapolis at Carolina.
Give me Jonathan Taylor, I guess.
All right.
We have another.
It's tough. That's so tough.
We have another clean sweep of that. And then we go into the 4:00 Poverty Bowl with the New York Giants and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Aiden O'Connell.
This one I felt was an easy pick with the Raiders.
Yeah, you think that's easy?
Yeah. You know why? Because interim coaches always get it done.
Their first game, they get it done. Like, look at Jeff Saturday.
Yeah, interim coaches.
But that's against the Raiders. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay, but what do the Giants have to offer? Nothing. They blew that game. They had negative 9 passing yards.
Oh, is Daniel Jones back?
He cleared for contact before.
Well, yeah, he's going to end up starting, but they don't have Darren Waller. He's going to be missing at least the next 2 weeks.
He hasn't done.
They haven't had him all year.
Yeah. I don't know. That's such a.
I'm not changing my pick. I'm a Giants.
Portland also went Vegas on this one.
Yeah, I'll just ride the interim always wins the first game train.
I will lone wolf this one. I don't care.
I don't blame you.
The battle of the NFC East. Dallas at the Philadelphia Eagles.
Whew.
Dallas sucks. Had to get out of my system.
Huh.
You already know.
Yeah. Dom, you already know where you want to go.
You already know. Just you guys can talk. You already know.
What did Dallas do last week? I don't remember their game last week at
They
all.
beat the Rams. That was it.
Right.
Dominated the Rams.
Oh man, what a crazy! How is this not a night game? What? Who makes these schedules, bro?
I don't know.
I know who. I'm always on calls with them.
Oh, so it's your fault.
I don't. They just break down how they make the schedules. I'm always like, wow, this is cool.
Do they throw darts on boards? The hell do they do then? If
you're taking this long, you shouldn't be contemplating Dallas.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go Eagles. Screw it.
A very emotional Sunday Night Football game where the Buffalo Bills travel to Cincinnati.
The DeMar Hamlin Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, I already said Cincinnati's back, and I already said what I said about Buffalo. So I don't think it's a
Wow, high energy game though. This is in Buffalo.
no. It's in
No,
Cincinnati.
this is in Cincinnati.
Oh, I'll take Cincinnati. Thought this was in Buffalo.
And then the Monday night game that is the midway point of the season once it's concluded, the Chargers and the Jets. I'm picking the Jets because I'm going to be there. So, yeah.
I didn't know you were going to be there.
I need to pick one game. And if Colton says, oh, if you don't attend the Jets game, I'm going to be questioning your fandom. Yeah, so.
I will take the Chargers.
I'll take the Chargers. I don't like it. I'll take the Chargers.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I trust.
You guys are just going to hand Staley's job still. I mean, geez.
I trust the quarterback over a quarterback.
Yeah, that's true. And the defense just ain't bad. I mean, like, they ain't, but.
And
You're good.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, runs out of the show. Thank you for tuning in. I put in 100% of the work this week. Meanwhile, Dom and Jake were challenging Xfinity, which also makes it so much funny that this is the most impaired podcast of all time. There's nowhere close.
We get more impaired every week.
Well, can you show the people what happened to my internet? Please?
What do you mean? Oh.
I want to see it again. Thank you. Appreciate that.
It's been down all around the area.
I know. I've been wanting to use it. Oh, it has?
All day.
Yeah. Well, did you look it up or no?
No. I mean, I told you about work earlier. It was bad.
Yeah, I don't know. Comcast has just been crap this area like all day, I guess. So
follow us on your favorite social media platforms like TikTok for the Fan Network, X for the Fan _ Instagram for the Fan Football. You can watch us live and look how dumb Dom and Jake looked when the computer froze because it stayed on the screen for a whole 3 minutes after the fact that they froze.
Nice.
On For the Fan Network. I will be making some quality memes about it because I was trying to talk with them and I said, wow, they just don't have an opinion on these topics. They're just so invested. So yes. Thank you all for tuning in. You can also follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. For the Fan, you can look us up. It's a nice big football with FTF in the middle of it. And if you found that, then you found the right spot. As always, I am Will. That's Dom and that's Jake. They lost the internet battle this week. And this is For the Fan.
Comcast wins another one.